Hello. So now it's time for me to go to sleep and maybe die. I think it will be fine. I'm just a tiny bit cold. Yeah. So I'm gonna start with taking off my. I'll take off my. What the fuck? What do I take off first? What I want to have cold first. Don't want cold feet, but hey, here we go. Okay. Oh, fuck. Right. It's kind of limited space in here, but I'm quite fine. I actually have plenty of headroom, but you kind of still have to be kind of limited with how much you can move around. Okay, so fuck. Next thing I'll take off is my utility belt, which I will put onto my bag. And then I'm gonna drag off my I don't know what they're called, overpants. Fuck. What? It's stuck somewhere. Oh, there we go. Okay. Now these are off. And I have my phone in here, which I will actually keep on because I will put it at an alarm for every 2 hours. Might even be 1.5 hours to kind of keep the fire going a little bit, and also to make sure that I'm alive and not freezing any parts off. Yeah. So next is man, putting these clothes on in the morning, that will be the worst part, man. Sleeping through this, sure I'll lose a toe or something. Putting the clothes on, yeah, that will be a nightmare. Jesus Christ. Okay, so I kind of want to remove as much clothes as possible, because I want as much as my body heat to be captured by the sleeping bag and not by my clothes, because my clothes emit heat much faster than my sleeping bag. And my socks, so here's a cool trick. My innermost sock I will actually remove once I get that far, and my outer sock I will use, because my outer sock is less moist or wet than my innermost, which means that I will keep warm faster, or I will keep more warmth. Right, actually that's not true, but I will feel warmer. That's what I meant. Okay. Stripper video, guys. The fucking hell. Okay. Now it's starting to get really fucking cold. Moving all these clothes. There we go. And I will actually pack my shoes under my clothes. There we go. Okay. There we go. Now I want to remove my socks. There, 1 and 2, and put on these socks instead. These are also much thicker socks. These are kind of like sleeping socks, but they are also walking socks. And use them for multiple things. Fucking hell, now I'm starting to get really cold. Oof. But it's nice because the fire is picking up as well. Okay, I think it's time for me to go down into the sleeping bag now. And I mean, fucking hell, you need a master class at university to get that. Okay, so it's a bit cold, but I don't know. I honestly don't know. I think it is fine. I mean, I have not yet started radiating that much heat into the sleeping bag, so fucking hell. So hopefully once I start emitting a little bit more heat, I will get a little bit more warm. But I will also can't forget to put on the alarm. Make sure I don't freeze to death in my sleep. It's actually quite a common phenomenon, especially with the Sapmi people, from what I have heard, because they are not that tolerant to alcohol, and you know, alcohol and cold don't mix well. So I will turn my bag over now. I actually don't have to turn it over, but I have some utility items that I want to use, like a balaclava, for example. And I have this sitting mat, as you could call it, and I will use that as a pillow. And I also have this second hat, I guess you could say, yeah. My hands. So like put that on, change. Jesus Christ. Okay, and what is this? This is some... I am supposed to have a balaclava in here, I think. Yeah, and my face mask. Yeah, there we go. Hey, do I have nice hair? Can't see it for long though. Jesus Christ. There we go, now I look like a sausage. And then I will put on this. It's a camouflage mask, but it keeps the warmth really well. And remember, keeping the warmth of your head is more important than keeping the warmth of anything else, because your head emits the most heat of your body. Then you have your torso, I think. There we go. Put my. Actually, I'm gonna take on my this one, because you see this. I don't know how well you can hear me, but you see this also has a light here, so that I can. Oh, fuck. So that I can see when I'm sleeping, or when I wake up rather. So right now I will go to sleep for 1.5 hours, refuel the fire, and get back to you, I guess. So see you then. Okay, so 1.5 or 2 hours have gone by, and I mean, it's pretty warm except for my feet. My feet are pretty cold. Otherwise it's kind of cozy. The fire went out, so I will spend about 10 minutes or something like that lighting another fire. Other than that, it's actually kind of cozy. And that's, I mean, my update for now. I don't really have anything else to say. Yeah. Okay. Oh, fuck. Another 2 hours have passed. Let me actually switch on this light up here. Okay, another 2 hours have passed. It's actually getting into the morning hours, so it's getting kind of cold. It's my thighs are rather cold, and fingertips are getting kind of cold. Face is fine, but the rest of the body is kind of cold. It is the coldest hours now. I do have a little bit of a fire going, so I kind of warm myself up. So it is about 5 AM now. I have about an hour or so to go. I was thinking of leaving. Yeah, I realized a mistake that I might have done is that I didn't put a tarp over me, because I have actually realized a little bit of snow getting through the shelter and actually landing on top of me. You can kind of see, yeah, I don't know if you see that, but there's a little bit of snow actually on my sleeping bag. That's not good. That really isn't good. Okay, so about an hour left to go. I actually don't know if I will sleep at all. I'll probably just lay and calm down a little bit. Think about life and stuff. Oh. But it actually is getting pretty cold right now. I really can't be bothered to check the temperature. But when I got here, it was about -30, like -28 or something like that. And right now it feels a lot colder. I don't know if it is colder, but it feels a lot colder. What, I don't know. But yeah, we have yet an hour to go, and yes, I'll see you then. Or actually, yeah, I'll do a last recording before I go. I won't film me packing up. I think that's kind of boring, but yeah, I'll see you in an hour. Okay, so let's see. Let's check the clock. Fuck. Yeah, it's about 6 a.m. right now, and it's rather cold. I don't think I have slept anything since last time. It's actually quite rather cold. So I'm gonna start packing up now, and I might do a little bit of recording on the way or something. Just so you can kind of see the effects of, you know, a cold body after sleeping out here. But I mean, I have been warm for most of the time, I guess. Actually, now I can take my stuff off. Oh, fucking hell. I think I will keep the balaclava on, though. It's really warm and nice. I don't think I will keep the face mask on, though. I will change to this hat. Okay, so I mean, I was warm until about 4 a.m., 5 a.m. in the morning hours. Oh, it's actually pretty cold. So yeah, and then my fire went out as well, and it took a while for it to build up and actually give me some heat again. Oh fuck! I actually I noticed like a raindrop. That's not good at all. Yeah, I should have put a tarp over myself. So that's a big mistake I made. Yeah, I thought that it would be better to have the tarp under, because I kind of want to keep the cold ground away from me as much as possible. But I mean, of course, the snow and stuff is a threat as well. So if I ever do this again, I'm gonna put the tarp over myself. Might help retain some heat as well. It might be better. A quick evaluation of this is that you probably couldn't sleep here and survive if you didn't have, I mean, sleeping bag and gear and stuff. I mean, right now I can barely feel my toes, and I have quite the sleeping bag. I mean, it has an extreme temperature of -20, so it is supposed to hold up at -20. It's not minus or -30. So sure, but I also have a lot of extra warming things. So if you would just lay down with your clothes on, I don't think that. I mean, maybe you would survive, I guess, if you were like in this shelter, because of the it protects from the wind and stuff. And especially if you had a fire going. But if you didn't have a fire going, and you would probably like lose some toes or something at least, because it is actually really cold. But I mean, I have survived. That's yay. It's good for me. And I mean, with relative comfort, I guess I can say I have done this challenge. It's I mean, survival is not really about comfort. There are a lot of comfort survivalists and preppers out there, and I mean, sure, but right now the only thing I have is a 55-liter bug out bag, and I mean, I can only fit small comfort items in there. Something that I actually wanted to buy before I did this was like electrical USB rechargeable hand warmers that I could put into my sleeping bag that would warm the sleeping bag up, but I never got around to doing it. So I mean, if I would put those in, I would definitely have been really warm and comfortable in those beginning hours, about 12 to like 3 a.m. Then I would have been really comfortable, and then like 3 p.m. to 6, just been cold hours. So yeah, I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I can kind of say I did. I did do a winter camping stuff last year as well. I didn't film anything, but with some friends, and we actually slept in a tent, and that was really fucking cold, and we were 3 people. That was like really cold for some reason. This is actually warmer. And so yeah. Oh, I mean, I don't really know if I want to do this again, because I feel it is kind of an extreme thing to do, and it's kind of a dangerous thing to do as well. It's yeah, and it actually it took a lot of preparations, because I have all these sensors all over my body, underneath my clothes, that are linked to this alarm that I have in my sleeping bag, and that shit goes off if like it notices that my bloodstream is not okay, or my pressure, and stuff like that, and of course temperature, and it hasn't gone off yet, thankfully, but it kind of took some preparations actually getting those. And you know, I have a friend back in town. Oh fuck me. Oh Jesus Christ. Okay. Okay. Right. I have a friend back in town that I can call if one of my alarms goes off. Because if I cannot control it myself, I kind of have to get help, and I have a friend that I can call so that he can call help. So yeah, it kind of took some preparations, and also just getting some of this gear also took a little while, especially getting the wood out here, because the wood that I have burned now for a fire actually don't come from the woods. I actually bought that wood and carried it out here, and I mean, from where I live it's about 3.5 kilometers, and you can you can think for yourself, carrying like 15 to 20 kilograms of wood each time you go out here. It's quite frustrating. So yeah, it kind of took a lot of preparations. I think I've been walking out here for at least 5-6 times carrying wood. now I'm done for this time anyway. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Like, comment, subscribe, of course. And please let me know if you want me to do these extreme things again or some other challenge. I have something in mind. I have a lot of stuff in mind, but something like this again, because I think it would be kind of cool for people to see the effects.